It's one of my favorite food groups, soup, and soup is on. Executive Chef Asar Aryank is known as the kitchen musician. Let's try this again. Soup's on. There was a lot of stuff happening in here. Soup's on is one of my favorite food groups, and Executive Chef Asar Aryank, he's known as the kitchen magician. He's going to create some magic as he puts together a tasty, flavor-infused Thai coconut soup. We welcome him back to our show. We got a lot happening here. This tallest of ingredients.
Yeah,
Asar.
we have a long list of ingredients, but like we always start with a hot pan, so
yes.
that's number one. So we got a nice hot pan. I'm going to go ahead and add some onions and garlic to the hot pan.
You've been getting this pan to like just the right temperature.
Yeah. So that sound that we hear right now, that's definitely what you're looking for in your kitchen. When you hear that sizzle, you know that it's the right temperature, and it's going to make the magic that we're looking for. With the high heat, what it does is it caramelizes the onions and the garlic, and what that does is bring out the natural sugars in them.
Man, it smells so good. So that was garlic on top of the onion.
On top of the onions, yep. So we're getting that to right where we want it to be. And as it's, cook it down, you can see the colors changing a little bit on it. And the next thing we're going to add is some shiitake and cremini mushrooms. Now, I know the people at home might be asking themselves, we're making a soup in, sort of a saute pan or a pan that you normally sear things in. But a little trick you can do is use a pan that is this big, and it allows you to have more surface area, and the sauce or soup or whatever you make, it reduces quicker and concentrates the flavor faster, so you can cut your cooking time in half.
But you've got like a cast iron skillet here.
This is cast iron, yeah, so it's a lot of heat.
Would we get nervous about, what about enough room? Like sometimes I'll put a Dutch oven, so it's cast iron, it's got that surface area and a little bit more to hold all the
Yeah, definitely. You can
liquid.
Get one that has a taller lip on the side, and you can, achieve the same, end.
What a good tip.
Definitely. And then, okay, so we're gonna add I cook these down a little bit more at home, so that's why you kind of see them a little moisture coming out of them. That's some shiitake and some cremini mushrooms.
Did you flavor those with anything? They look
nope,
like
that was just the natural juices that came out of them. I didn't do anything. I just let them cook down on a medium heat for a good while, and they let out some juices, and they kind of bathed themselves in that little.
If you hadn't done that in advance, you could just add the sliced mushrooms.
Add the sliced mushrooms,
point.
and it would take about 2 minutes. So, in TV world, we don't have that much
precious time.
So, exactly. So I cooked those down. So now you can see that color is coming in real nice.
That's beautiful.
You see all the caramelization.
Speaking of that color changing, you got to watch that garlic. If we're taking a step back, you had them in together.
Yes.
Sometimes I have a tendency, it'll turn like that.
It'll burn really, really quickly. So what I do is I just make sure I keep mixing it, and the onions will kind of protect it. The onions will be the big brother right there.
The big brother.
There you go. So, once we get it to this stage right here, the mushrooms are where they need to be. Everything is where I want it. I'm going to add the coconut milk.
Here's where it changes from mushroom soup to a Thai coconut soup, right?
We got the coconut, yes. And I got a few little containers of it.
So that's all coconut milk.
That's all coconut milk. Then I'm going to add, and here it's just veggie base. I have some Thai chili paste and a little bit of soy sauce.
Taking a quick pause for a question there, Asar. The coconut milk, many of us might be thinking, well, where do I find that? It's not the coconut milk that's over in like the milk department.
No, you want to go into the international aisle, and a good brand is, I like using Thai Kitchen. They have a nice brand, but a lot of grocery stores have good brands as well.
And there's a full, I'm going to call it a full fat version, and then you see light. Does that make a difference?
Well, just in the viscosity or the texture, but the light one will be sort of like if you had 2% milk, it's not as dense, and the viscosity is a little bit different, a different mouthfeel, but it still has good flavor.
Okay.
So once you add that in there, I'm going to add brown sugar. I'm going to add some diced red peppers.
Excellent.
I'm going to add lemongrass.
Oh. And that's just, it almost looked like, that almost looked like a quick, like a green onion right there.
Yeah.
Can we see that? Here, don't put your hands in the cooking, Jessica, but that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Does that cook down sort of like
well, you leave those into like little 1-inch segments because you want to remove those because of the, they're pretty tough and fibrous, so you just get the flavor extracted from it, then you remove them. I just added some ginger to it, and at the end I'll add some more broccoli, but what we'll do now is, if you're at home, you just let this simmer.
Here's where that surface area comes into play.
Yeah, because we're going to get it to, speed that process up a little bit more because it's a little bit more area for the evaporation to take place. So, we're just chilling. You can go, sit down, get on the phone,
that's right.
Call a friend.
Turn on your evening news.
There you go.
On Channel 6 and catch up
you
on
just
the day.
let that do what it will do. And the ginger that I add, one of the cool things about ginger is good for digestion. So, you know, our food should be our medicine. You know, you eat right, you eat healthy, you are what you eat is a true statement. So if you look at ginger, you'll see that the ginger looks like intestines. And, you know, nature has a way of trying to communicate to us what certain items are utilized for. And this helps you with nausea and digestion, ginger. The lemongrass, a little cool fun fact about lemongrass is that, of course, it has a lemon flavor to it, a citrus flavor to it. Another cool thing about it is that beekeepers use it as, it has a pheromone that it lets off that worker bees are attracted to it. So if there's ever a swarm of bees that they want to get under control, they take lemongrass and put it into, you know, an encasing or a box, and the worker bees just automatically go inside of the box to control the bees. It's also used to keep insects off of you with the citronella. So lemongrass has many, many uses.
I did not know. And now I'm never not going to be able to think of that as an intestine. Asar, thank you. I think I'm going to think healthy thoughts about the ginger root.
All right, now that you see, you know, it has a nice simmer, you see the bubbling, I'm just going to put some fresh squeezed lime juice in there.
I got a little refreshing spritzer there. It's cool.
That was a little free facial right there.
That's right.
You know?
That's what you got to do.
Okay, so we got some lime juice in there.
And this does come up so much more quickly, which is great for ease of making dinner on a weeknight, or and concentrating those flavors.
Exactly. So you see it's reducing, you see the bubbles on it. You can turn it up a little bit more if you want to at home, if you want it to evaporate even faster, but this is perfect because you want it to have about 20 minutes in your home kitchen because that lemongrass takes a little bit of time for it to break down and extract those flavors. So, you know, if you can spend that 20 minutes, perfect.
This looks like it's going to be fantastic. Is it one of those soups, like most all of them are, that will be better the next day?
Definitely. The next day the flavors will seep in more and it'll be even more flavorful. So it will definitely be better the next day.
I don't have patience for that, though. I'm making dinner now. I got to have it tonight, right?
Definitely. I'm going to add some broccoli to it now. You see I'm putting the broccoli in towards the end. You definitely want it to have some of its nutritional content. So it's sort of like we're just blanching it. You know, when you cook foods over the temperature of 98.6 degrees, it reduces the enzymes in the food, and you're not able to absorb as much of the nutritional content.
You don't get as many benefits, I
guess,
guess,
as you would. Yeah. So food in its natural state, which is raw, is the best way to eat it. So like salads and things of that nature.
I have been so mesmerized. We have like 30 seconds left.
Okay, so I'm going to add the little carrots at the end.
And those are really just for
garnish.
Garnish.
Scallions. And I'm going to put a little cilantro, and then you're done.
And then look at these bowls. So I was asking you, and I dare say that if I served this Thai coconut soup to my children, they would eat it because it's in a coconut bowl. We're really into Moana right now.
All right,
and so you put it right in there. All your friends would be super excited about
yeah, the presentation is really nice. You know, people eat with the eyes. So when you present something, you know, and it's colorful and pretty, people are really excited about it. And there you go, you're done.
We had so much fun, Asar. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.